should be before that.
But if not,
you don't think it will?
I'm talking politically. If not, and I'm talking from how the recipient would take it. I am either in Egypt, visiting Egypt with a parliament at its place, or a parliament is coming in a few weeks.
Okay. Let me address your Arab Investor Union's hat. What can we expect in March in terms of Arab investment, taking into account that really events have proven that we have to consolidate efforts?
We are playing very important role in the back scene where we are organized the stage for investment. We do not invest.
I know you don't invest, but you're a capitalist.
Our members are investors, but we do not interfere in their business. We pave the way for them.
How can you encourage?
We tell them what are the different environments in the Arab world. We go to the Arab League and to see that there is a treaty to encourage and protect. The name is like that. The treaty to encourage and protect the Arab investment, the intra-Arab investment. We are there for to raise a flag whenever there is a problem. Sometimes the legislation is not supporting you when you want to get rid of an economic or investment problem among government and investor or between two investors. We help there. So recently we had a very event in Cairo. I don't know why our media did not shed some light on it, which is the Arab Parliament. It took place in October, last October, and there the whole session, it was concentrating on the intra-Arab economic relations. And I had my session, and as Arab investors, they asked us to draft recommendation. What do we need? This leads us, what do we need as Egypt with Kuwait, or Egypt vis-a-vis the other Arab countries? I put in brief 4 files. The first is the infrastructure. I need the Kuwaiti investment authority to finance whatever roads, power stations, even schools or hospitals. This is a government-to-government relations. The second file is investment projects, big investment projects. I had a phone call from my dear friend Fahmi Faid, the ex-Egyptian ambassador to Emirates, telling me that there's somebody, eminent personality, investors from Emirates, is seeking opportunities in Egypt. What can we tell him? When I phoned the gentleman, he said, we are coming with only huge projects, not less than $50–70 million. This is another demand. So the main investment projects. The third, the Prince of Kuwait, he had this very good initiative when we had the first Arab Economic Summit in Kuwait in 2009.
Yes.
And he proposed to establish a fund with a capital of $2 billion. And immediately during his speech, he put 500 million. The King of Saudi Arabia put another 500 million, and immediately we raised the capital. Now this fund is to finance the small and medium-sized industries and projects for the private sector, not for governments. We want to accelerate this process because the money is there. Another file, number 4 here, the best treasure we have, human beings.
Yes.
I want to make our life in Kuwait better. I want to make those who are working in the Arab world, I want to ameliorate their life. I want to create more job opportunities there. And to make our people in the Arab world live easier, and also those Arab brothers who are coming to live in our country to live easier. I tell you something, I visited Kuwait twice last year, 2014. And at the lunch, a Kuwaiti friend will raise a question. How do you see Egypt in the next 6 months? I said, why? He said, because Egypt is the only country where we can go hire a furnished apartment in Shari'a Jamiat al-Dawla al-Arabiya and let our families there. We travel, we come back. Our families can live in Egypt as a home or the second home country. This is something we do not realize easy. I mean, a Kuwaiti or a Saudi or any Arab come to Egypt, he feels that he feels at home. And this is very important. This is also, I would encourage our mass media and our authorities to hurry up whenever we are dealing with investors, because we measure how much it takes to put my first dollar in your market until I get the first revenue. This is very important because time is money.
Yes.
And it is also as we are.
But we have a lot of opportunities now.
Of course.
So many projects, not just the Suez Canal mega project, but there are lots of other opportunities.
Absolutely, and really I want to draw the attention that don't concentrate on mammoth projects. Small and medium and very small projects is the answer for our problems. I give you a nice example. When Germany took the first place as the largest exporter in the world between 2004 up till 2009, then China took the place. And German professor came with a book he wrote. The name is Hidden Heroes. Who are the hidden heroes of the largest exporter of the world? It is the small and very small industries. 80% of the German exports coming from those companies you don't know the names even. So I want to encourage this category of investment, because on this really we expand, and on this we have a project as a supplier for the car industries. You know, the car industry is depending on more than 1,000 small industries. The car industry is not making the wheels or it's not making the batteries. Those small projects and factories are behind the scene in order to really supply the exporter with their needs.
Your Excellency, you just delivered a message to the foreign investor about not concentrating on necessarily on the large projects, but also on the small ones. What other message would you give them for those who are maybe concerned? Is the Egyptian environment right now conducive for investment?
It is very good, because we succeed to send a message to the mass Egyptian that we need this. Do we need investment? Of course, because we are producing children more than we produce food. In the last 4 years, we produced more than 4 million children. So we need to produce food also. So you need investment. And you need growth rate 3 times the birth rate. Otherwise, going back. The other question, do you need foreign investors? Yes, because our savings is not enough to create 7% growth. So you need investors from abroad. Here, my message is to the Egyptian living abroad, and they transferred last year more than $20 billion. I need $100 billion to attract them to invest more. I need Arabs. I need also United States and Europe and Japan investors in order to bring with them the technology. And the real message I want to send to the Arab world and the Arab investors is the following. If you analyze the investment in the Arab world, not in Egypt only, in the last 10 years, it is 82% going to services. They build hotels, banks, transport means. 9% only to industry, and 2% to agriculture. I want this to be revised immediately, because we need agriculture. We have a food gap in the Arab world more than $20 billion. So we have to fulfill this with a huge opportunity, as we have declared, the President and the Prime Minister, that we are going immediately to reclaim 1 million fedans immediately, with the aim of another 3 million. Roads, we need that. So investment shouldn't go only to services. Service is easy.
Yes.
Hotels and banking is easier than others. The challenge is the industry. The challenge is agriculture also.
Okay, we have with us on the line someone which I consider my mentor. Someone I learned a lot from. With us on the line is veteran journalist Mr. Luis Grace. Can you hear us? Mr. Luis, can you hear us?
Not yet.
Mr. Grace?
Naam.
Good evening.
Naam.
Yes, Mr. Grace, can you hear us?
Yeah, are you speaking to me?
Yes, yes, I am speaking to you. Initially, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
Mr. Grace, can you tell us, in my lifetime, I haven't seen an Egyptian president that goes to the cathedral to pay his best wishes, not only to the Pope, but to the Christian, the Coptic or the Orthodox Christians, and to the Egyptians at large. How do you feel about this move?
Well, I feel great. This is a wonderful movement and a wonderful initiative from His Excellency the President. He is now, really, he is the President of all Egyptians, because this is the first time a president of this country goes to the cathedral on the eve of the Christmas for the Oriental Christmas.
Yes.
It is a wonderful movement. It is a wonderful initiative. It is a wonderful thing to happen for a new year, which we hope that will bring to Egypt all the fruits of a good man like our president.
Mr. Grace, what message does such a move deliver to the outside world?
I think this message is very clear, that Egypt is a peaceful country. There is no nothing against the Christians, but even the Muslim president goes to the cathedral to greet the Christians of Egypt on the eve of their Christmas.
Mr. Luis Grace, thank you very much for your input. I'd like to wish you a very Merry Christmas. Thank you very, very much. Your Excellency, as usual, a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you
very, very much, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to all Egyptians.
I'd like to thank you, the viewers, wish you a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. May 2015 be a year of a lot of fruits for Egyptians at large and for this region. On that note, I want to wish you a very pleasant evening and good night.